April is National Distracted Driving Awareness Month.
According to the National Safety Council, more than 40,000 people were killed on our nation's roadway last year. Distracted driving is a major factor. Now there's a St. Cloud inventor and founder who's come up with something called the CellSlip. He's hoping it will help cut back on those crashes, and we're glad to have Mitch Bain with us right here on Mid Morning. Mitch, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
You had a very personal reason for coming up with the CellSlip. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so a year ago, or 2016, my wife and 3 youngest children were hit by a distracted driver. It was then I looked at the epidemic of cell phone addiction in the car and the statistics, and I realized there wasn't a tangible tool for safety organizations or law enforcement to give the community or students other than apps to download.
Sure.
And we all know with technology there's different cell phones, operating systems where CellSlip doesn't discriminate. Any phone you put in there, it blocks all cell phone signal.
And so you came up with this. This is a CellSlip.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about what they're made with. They're made with a special material?
Yep, on the inside it's RFID blocking material. So it basically...
That's the radio frequency.
Yep. Basically it shuts down, basically puts your cell phone in airplane mode. And then when you pull your phone out, when you get to where you're going safely, you receive all your missed text messages, app notifications, and voicemails.
So this is because the reality is, even though all the research says we know that we shouldn't be using our phones, most of us don't have the discipline to avoid.
Exactly.
You hear that bing, you want to pick it up.
Exactly, and that's what I hope CellSlip accomplishes, is to create better behavior and change bad habits while driving.
And how much does one of these cost?
$14.95, and right now for April we're doing a buy one get one free, and we're giving 10% of our proceeds to families against distracted driving.
And they work with any type of cell phone?
Yes.
Yep. Is this the sort of thing? Do you think average consumers are going to spend $15 to do this, or is this something you think maybe organizations might?
That's a great question, and that's actually 90.
I don't think. I'm going to be honest. I don't think most people are going to shell out $15 to put their phone in.
You're right. 90% of our business is working with schools, law enforcement, companies like AAA, because I take my logo off and it's fully customizable. We put their logo on. And to go back to another story you had earlier today, a lot of high schools are buying them not only for distracted driving, but in classrooms for distracted education.
We were just talking about that.
Absolutely.
School, phones in schools. And I would think that this would be something that if teens, which are a problem area when it comes to phones and cars, that they would see maybe their friends do it and get in the habit themselves.
Absolutely.
I would mandate this for my kid. I wouldn't trust my kid.
You could mandate it, but at the end of the day, you got to trust your kid's going to do it.
You're right, and CellSlip's not going to decrease distracted driving by itself. It's education first, and hopefully when you get that education, now they are provided a tool to say, hey, yeah, block signal, but hey, it's that visible reminder, like, oh, I remember the consequences I was told about distracted driving, and then use it. Absolutely.
The crash that your family was in, are they?
Yes, luckily they were the lucky ones and were able to walk away. My wife's a big advocate of safety, so they're all in 5-point harnesses.
I'm glad to hear that answer. I wasn't sure which way that was going to go. All right, WCCO.com/links. You can order a CellSlip, find out more about the product. Cool idea, Mitch. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.